All right. All right, we're gonna do it like this here. Let me see, y'all. I don't know what happened with that live. I don't know. All right. Yo, yo.
You
Say
can
so.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank God. Sheesh. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So you gotta. It's a you versus you once new information comes to you,
Hmm.
and now for me, that new information was passed to me, and I want you to understand this. That new information was passed to me by other crips who were already locked up. You understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't like a guy went to prison in '83, and by the time he met me in '87, he was still the same guy from '83.
Right.
Not information wise, not conduct wise, because the level fours at that time is you at war.
Hmm.
So it go back to what you were saying about with the bro Fo Extra. Shout out to bro for saying when you go to prison when he was in Pelican Bay, you come together. It's race first.
Right.
That's a fact.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, and I was in Pelican Bay more than likely before he was. I got to Pelican Bay March of 1990 from Old Folsom.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So we basically opened Pelican Bay up. The first thing to open up in Pelican Bay was the security housing unit,
Hmm.
which is basically the biggest thing in Pelican Bay. I never made it to that shoe, but we've been on them lockdowns for 18 months and all that. So you learn that. So when he
Right.
said that, I was like, no, he knows. He understands the difference between this and that.
Right. And that's part of what like you and I were talking about too. Is like, um, if you could recognize within them walls that we need to be unified and together, and that you guys can easily discern who the opposition is, right? Uh,
Yeah.
then I don't understand why it's so hard in the free world to understand that opposition is still the same, and even to a greater degree. Um, and
Right.
and that's all the more reason that we need to stay unified. That's all the
Well,
more reason, you know, we
you
got to
see,
come.
you talking about a consciousness and application. See, now we talking about knowledge. See,
Yeah.
people can have knowledge, but that don't mean that they connect to the application of that knowledge.
Right. Right. Right.
Like
Right.
it's been a lot of guys who had come home way before we got out and fell back into the same, set tripping mindset of the gang activity, the gang life, even though
Right.
they knew and had read what Marcus Garvey said. Those are the guys that gave me the books.
Hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm broke, busted, and disgusted. Shout out to E40. Pop. I'm young, dusty East Sider. You know what I'm saying? But when I got to the pen, my older homie, Crybaby, he's Muslim now, named Leah, you know, for, unfortunate and fortunately, I went in, and back then you knew everybody.
Hmm.
I grew up on the same streets with those dudes. So my homie Rockhead and them. So Kenny Ray. Um, so also my homie Bouncer, rest in peace. We was all there together. You
Hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So when you get there, your homies embrace you, but when they embrace you, now you're being embraced with knowledge and information because this is serious. See, you don't got the Glocks, the Smith and Wesson, the bangers, the blowers, and all that. Now you got a dustpan that you got to break down
Mhm.
to make a weapon.
Right.
Remember what he said. It's race first to go against who? First, you got the administration.
Mhm.
Uh, you got the administration, which is white Rand. Now you got the ABs, skinheads. Then you got the Mexicans, Southern Mexicans,
Mhm.
Mexican mafia. They all in alliance. They all like have this, they're together. That's just a fact. So when you go to the yard, it don't matter that dude from Bounty Hunters.
Mhm.
I was in a cell with a dude from Bounty Hunter in Pelican Bay named Sneed. Shout out to my boy, man. He in Lancaster trying to come home. He's all right, good brothers. Y'all take care, man. Be well. And he, he run the training program down there. He's trying to
Mhm.
get the governor, inshallah, the governor a pardon or whatever, help him, because he really, that's one of them guys that deserve to be out. You know what I mean? But I was in the cell with bro, and
Mhm.
I was 20 some years old. See, up there, it don't matter because how many bounty hunters do you know are busters? Let's
Right.
face it, they're gonna go in and go hard.
Right.
So because we was the same age and going through the same experiences and all that, that was just bro. That's bro. I love that dude.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was also in the cell with Teardrop and Black P Stone. 1990 when we transferred up there. You see what I'm saying? From Old Folsom. Went right in the cell and with Cellies until they put me on C status. So I'm saying all this to say you sharing this information with these guys and they
Yeah.
sharing the information with you. You reading that book from Babylon to Timbuktu from Ralph R. Windsor.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Because
Right.
dudes done ordered those books. So that information is transformative, not transactional.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? You got to
Yeah.
remember, this is when Nelson Mandela is finna get out of the pen and all of this. You see what I'm saying? So the consciousness in the penitentiary is a university esque for black empowerment. You know what I mean? Because you up against the system in a very naked, unforgiving way.
Right.
You a nigga that committed a crime. You a nigga that committed a crime against another nigga, and
Mhm.
now you got
Right.
all these organizations. Because remember, we're talking about the ABs, the Mexicans, the administration.
Right.
Those are all organizations, and they all race-based politics. You heard what I said? They all race-based. All those are race-based identity politics that they push. We'll go in there and say, I'm from over here.
Mhm.
I'm from this side of the plantation.
Right.
I'm from that side of the plantation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
still, because we done lost people from our side of these plantations that look like us to other people from other part of the plantation. But
Right.
we never confront them why we on this plantation. But they do. So that's why you have to have that respect. And you learn about race-based identity while you're in Pelican Bay. See, they'll have 5 or 6 white boys that'll rush you just to get one body.
Mhm.
See, they'll stab you to death. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look, I wanted to say this because even when I started doing like content on here with you, um, I debated on using your name from the streets, you know,
Right.
because it's
Listen,
kind of like a snake because you like done shed that skin
right, but
and
it's for like you can say Orlando D.R. Roundtree,
right.
D71446. What? Dude, listen, man. Listen, man. See, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not. Like I said, man. You have to remember, man. I come from Long Beach, the East Side. That's a whole. bunch of people.
Hmm.
I don't know everybody.
Right.
I'm not no authority on nothing but what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I be at with it. So when we talking, I don't have no, no big old deal about, trying to hide or those types of things because that's a part of shedding that skin. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel a commitment to the community that I help destroy and perpetuate, meaning to continue in the cyclical rate of us killing us. So if I'm sitting here trying to acknowledge Sneak Lope or Sneaky Dion or Lil Dion or Dion, like whatever people Dion at with, then what am I doing? If I've deconstructed myself in prison to get to be a decent, I'm like, what the hell? Who the hell are you? You didn't do not 1 year of the 34. I was telling my homie Rockhead that I said, bro, you did all that time, and he carried the flag at Long Beach. For sure, he did. But when you come to the street, you have to recognize that that prison stuff is just prison stuff because it's going to interrupt what goes on that's already been going on. They're not going to just get that up like that, man. That's who they are. That's just who that. Listen, bro, and you can't. And to put it in perspective in religious terms, people are taught by the Bible about Jesus Christ and the Roman Empire. It can't be two kings in one kingdom. So when he said, when Jesus, they said, refused to deny that he was the king of the Jews, that's when all hell broke loose. Because you coming to interrupt the flow of white supremacy. You understand what I'm saying? When you have an ideology of self destruction, that is born out of the white supremacy, the self hate, the mentality of a slave. How we cannot deny that? That's because we were turned into individuals. And once you become an individual, that's the breaking of the slave from the community culture that black people had came from, the Africans, the indigenous, whatever that we talking about. That when they went through that process, because they got plantations, they ain't just, you know,
Right.
you feel me? I'm not even finna get into that, man. I done researched this thing down to Atlantis and moved too, so you can't hit me with that.
Hey, big bro, let me play this real quick. I want y'all to
Please.
see this. I want y'all to watch this and take heed to this. All of y'all members that act like this and that, I want all of y'all members to watch what the homie Tiny Minutes from 8 Tray Gangsters had to say.
So I'm on my way to the food bank. Nigga box up 1,000 boxes, 1,000 motherfucking boxes, man, to pass out to the people. I do this shit every Thursday, bro, and I do this shit because I want to. I don't even get paid for this, cuz I don't. As a matter of fact, I don't get paid for nothing I do, cuz on ain't Trey Gangsta. I don't get paid for none of this gang shit I be involving myself in. I don't get paid for nothing. I like doing this shit, bro. This is what I meant to do. So that's why I do this shit, cuz. But the whole point is, why y'all niggas don't do shit? You know what I'm saying? You niggas sit around here, cuz, and say, oh, congratulations, bro. I'm proud of you. All this shit. Because why you don't do shit, cuz? Why you don't ask if a nigga need nothing? Why you don't assist, cuz, in no kind of way, bro? You niggas is bums, bro. in every sense of the word, bro. On Trey Gangster, y'all niggas just sit around, cuz, and waste y'all time watching what other people do, cuz. That shit is trash, my nigga. On Trey, cuz. Get out here, cuz, and make a difference, nigga. You niggas have contributed so much bullshit to everything that go on around here, cuz y'all should feel obligated, nigga, to get up off your motherfucking ass and do something, nigga. On the set, nigga. Don't hit me, cuz, talking about you proud of me. Nigga, proud of me for what? Nigga, on the dead homies, nigga, do something with yourself, nigga. Do something, bro.
What? Now what? Now what? Now what? Now what y'all saying? I love that brother, man.
Man, listen.
This the brother, Adisa. This the brother when I got back on YouTube, coming back from being sick, losing my brother and all this. I saw this brother right here in that Hefe on the interview.
Saw it.
I saw these two brothers on an interview talking about coming to the table for the 8 trays and the 6 O's to make some type of ceasefire, peace, whatever it is, kind of make it official, right?
Ginormous move.
Yeah, I said, man, damn, that's what I want to be a part of. You
Mm,
feel me? So
man,
this was the first Tiny Minutes and Hefe was the first video that I put up a short where they was talking about it.
yeah.
Now I say this to say, and I still got mad love and respect for Aunt Hefe, and I know he's probably doing things behind the scenes to continue the movement. But my point is, and the thing that I've been it's been disturbing for me is we we got away from that. And I understand why. Don't get it twisted. I understand why, because people ain't getting views and they ain't getting enough likes and they ain't getting enough motion by putting this message out there. You know what I'm saying? Who cares about that? That don't mean that we stop. You understand what I'm saying? So that's not gonna mean that okay, because my views is down in comparison when I was going up on motherfuckers on the internet, talking my 1-2s on here, and it I just feel like brothers, man, y'all hearing it from another. I don't know how many people y'all got to hear it from. That first of all, the gang shit at this point, if y'all don't see it smoke and mirrors, I don't know what's wrong with y'all because we got a brother sitting right here next to me that gave 34 years or it's over 30, 34, right?
34, 87 to
34 years of his
2021.
life for his section. And when they come back and tell y'all, and he ain't the only one, it's a whole
Nope.
bunch of us.
Man, this dude's done did like one of the homies, the older homie from Compton, Suma.
Hmm.
He was in 75 at like 16 in San Quentin. Go back and look at the Good Times show from the early 70s and then think of where he was at.
Right.
Come on, man. Like Dickie Bird from Bounty Hunter, OG, set like 77. I was in Pelican Bay with, we was on Sea Static together, 1990. You see what I'm saying? Them dudes had been down, bro, 10, 12, 13 years, 14, 15 years before my little young punk ass came to prison.
Right. I man, I see Tiny Menace and like I said, this whole thing, like him speaking on that. Okay, if y'all choose to do YouTube, see, because I ain't gonna be a part of messing up YouTube and this YouTube lane the same way y'all continuously fucking up the streets. Like I'm just gonna keep it real. Like I'm always gonna be opposed to that. I'm opposed to gang banging. I'm opposed, and you know what's funny? Adisa tell you like and the other homies will tell you I don't even have no friends that's not members. I
Brent,
don't have no friends that aren't members. So you say, damn, well, how does Dopest know niggas from all all these different neighborhoods and he ain't a member because I move how I move. I don't let the next nigga dictate how I'm moving or what I'm gonna say. Whatever I say, I'ma stand on it. I'ma
But
stand
watch
on it.
this. Look, watch
Yeah,
this though. Let me show you how you in uniformity with what you would think is the opposition. They
yeah,
have the same mindset.
mhm,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So and that's what I was saying before. Hold on. Let me get back. Hold on for a second. I gotta handle some business.
I got you. I got you. How I do that? Okay. Yeah. So, my whole thing is this: is everybody on this internet is picking out all the negative stuff, right? So I was watching Baby B Braids today, and salute to Baby B Braids. I'm probably gonna do a little reaction to that video while I'm live right now. Um, because y'all focus on his squabbles from the past, and he had some potent stuff to say last night. His live was up last night. Like, it was, his channel's called Who's Who, and it definitely was a who's on the internet, right? And but he said, yeah, when I was young, I liked gang banging. Said,
Yeah.
but now, he's like, nah, that ain't it. I don't like it. That
Mm.
ain't it. And what we trying to do here at Dopest TV is prevent those before they have to give away 34 years of their life before they in there with an L next to their name, to open their eyes and
Yeah.
realize, and especially, I ain't gonna lie to you, we need the youngsters. We need a group of youngsters that's feeling this way. Like, damn,
Mm. I
y'all
think.
youngsters. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I think like you got the youngsters, but the message is already tailored. Like, because if you sitting up in there already, how many youngsters is already sitting up in there? Like, I got out in 21. What stopped? I got out during the pandemic, and so and then I want to say this too about what you were saying about the shout out to Tiny Minutes and El Jefe, because I saw those videos too. I was moved because I came up in a time in Los Padrinos in Central Juvenile Hall where them dudes is running out of line on each other. You dig what I'm saying? We could have never foresaw, if about that. For those brothers to like get to that point, man. I sat up here, man, and was like, damn, like that's a moment. That's more than a moment. That's like, for me, that's like, man, that give you more than hope. That give you fuel, motivation, inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Who else could say whatever? That. That's just motivation, man. That's monumental. You know what I'm saying? But like, also, I learned, like you said, man, be social on social media. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah,
you don't gotta be all like, hey, man, like, let's debate the facts.
right.
Let's raise this to, and then to go back to what you said about the yard. Let's raise this to a yard level conversation.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's the yard versus the streets. Whatever, however you know what I'm saying, the mentality. Because everybody that's been to prison, that been locked up, that been in Los Padrinos, any lockup, know for a fact what that experience is. So we all unified. So let's just talk about what goes on when you in there, when you got to go see your girl and they tell you to drop your cough and spread your butt cheeks. What, you saying you ain't doing that?
Right, right.
What you doing? Squatting cough, coming and going.
Hey, interesting thing about that Tiny Minutes video, right, is that he riding by himself.
Hmm. I mean, that's how he get up and get out. That's how Allah made him. He ain't two to a coffin.
Right.
No. No, 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 no. See, but that's the thing. You have to be stand up, stand alone. See, where he got it from is stand up, stand alone.
Hmm.
That information that's driving bro ain't got nothing to do with nobody else but him.
Right.
He's surveying his environment, his
Right.
lifestyle, his soul, his consciousness. That's what you're getting. He's frustrated, angered, but he's stirred to action.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's telling man, don't clap for me. We don't clap for fish just because they swim.
I see Yoko brought up Pretty Boy from 6-0. Man, you saw Pretty Boy going home service, right?
Rest in peace to the G, man, to the OG,
Rest in
man.
peace to the OG. You seen
Absolutely.
how many 8 trays was at his going home?
As they
Same,
should be.
and the
Because
same
if
with
you know
Monster
their
Cody.
history, if you know
Same
their
with Monster
history,
Cody. You
if you
seen
know
a
their
bunch of
history,
6-0s at his going home
if,
because soldiers respect soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Gangsters
if
respect
you
gangsters.
they telling you their history. They telling you who they were before the beef, bro.
Yeah.
And now when people say that's their business, that's what I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
can't tell them and have an opinion about, you know what I'm saying, how they like that's intrusive. That's disrespect.
Yeah.
That's what I, you know what I'm saying, believe. But when you have things that just everything ain't just one group's business, because it's not that way on the yard.
Right.
You can't bring that county jail mentality to Calipatria State Prison on B facility or C, knock it off.
Right. Right. And my thing is this. Uh and like we talk about reinventing yourself and the transformative powers in that, right? Um I noticed, and well, this is my take on it. I feel like
Mhm.
there's quite a few of these members, especially on YouTube or social media and in their communities for that matter, that feel like without these street credentials, they scared of who they gonna be. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because to this,
Uncertainty breeds that.
yeah, because to this point, most of what you got to hang your hat on is from the gang life, right? So you strip that away and you starting to reinvent yourself, and you don't feel like you getting the same notoriety, the same that adrenaline you get from everybody knowing you and this, that, and the third. It feel like, especially on this YouTube shit, it feel like it's so easy for you to flip back into what you said you against. You understand what I'm saying? Like you don't want to strip down your name and everything. Like for instance, like you did. I guess when you become a Muslim, you do take on a new name, right? You
Well,
strip the
no. So for me, the evolution is more like Malcolm.
okay.
It was cultural identity first and foremost.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But let me say this about the point that you made or was making. The the mindset of regression and progression is through the poles or the polarity of negative and positive.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's going to happen. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's going to happen. Prophet Muhammad, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, said that hypocrisy amongst his community would be like a dark rock, a dark ant on a dark rock on a dark night. It would not be visible to the eye, but it would be there. You understand?
Right.
So then Malcolm said that we have to basically paraphrasing give people room to grow because we were as they are. Regression. The homie get killed, somebody get into it with you, you say something, and then people think, well, we quick to go back to that because that's comfort, the comfort level.
Mhm.
That's what you know. So now let's what I said this morning to you was let's repurpose what we've learned from being gang members.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? Let's repurpose what we've learned. See, most people can't fathom that, but the opposition, the Europeans, the white supremacy system culture, that's why you're the op. That's why the we're the number one enemy.
Right.
Because if you ever practice black unity, the things that go on won't go on.
Right.
But they know you can't practice no sort of unity because they've thoroughly indoctrinated you.
Mhm.
But you have to, at this point, look at the wave of guys and women who coming home out of these universities at this point of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and application to apply pressure back on the negative.
Mhm.
I'm saying I've been down that road, turned back, road out ahead. He's
Right.
saying the same thing. Nobody is in um, disagreement about how prison is, what we're up against as people, the ideological stance of gang activity, black progression. Nobody is so ignorant,
Mhm.
and we can't serve people as if they are. We can't talk to people because what you end up doing is giving people a reason not to get off their ass.
Right.
You create a fear mongering amongst the people that I don't want to say nothing for fear these dudes might say something to me or call me a bitch or a buster and tell me they're gonna blow my head off.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But the hard facts is the hard facts. The real truth is the real truth. I am not a proponent or an advocate of disrespect in any way. I'm not with the Charleston White type. No, that's not what I do.
Right.
But as far as being straightforward and direct and speaking in the language that the people understand, that's what we have to do, bro. You can't keep qualifying everything with saying no disrespect. The white folks, when they tell you to get your ass, put your hands behind their back, they ain't asking you. Nigga, they telling you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so we have to understand, what do we do? How do we repurpose what we've learned? Well, first of all, we understand unity and uniformity. Let's take that we can and will come together over a cause. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? See, this is how you repurpose what we know to build upon, not destroying the areas and the sections that we fought and died for. I understand that, when bro throw up his hood, what he talking about? And we say how much space and land they got. I understand that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but when they declare martial law and they roll them tanks down there, you gotta have that same energy.
Right. Right.
Come on
My
now.
my thing is, if I mean, and I don't believe this is a dream. I believe this is realistic. If brothers put the same energy they put into being destructive to being constructive, uh, I believe things would change a lot faster than, because a lot of people feel like, oh well, it's gonna take a long time and this. Nah, I don't feel like that. Not
Yeah,
if
yeah,
we
but you
make
can't
that.
microwave. You can't microwave. You can't because you got to go back to the people that you study. You got to go back to Malcolm. You got to go back to Elaine Brown. Let me tell you, Elaine Brown was the black woman who was the leader of the Black Panther Party.
Hmm.
She wrote a book called A Taste of Power, and there was complaints in the uh, party about certain activities and relationships between black men and black women that were in the Black Panther Party. And so Elaine Brown told the black women, listen, we didn't get these brothers from revolutionary heaven.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? It takes time. You're talking about young people. These were 20 year olds threatening the government, the white supremacy system culture of capitalism, imperialism, Christianity, the Eurocentric version, the Roman version,
Mm-hmm.
not the Church of Lalibela version. And so this is how they capture. This is what we get caught up in between. We have to repurpose what we've learned, the skill set. We have to see those things. When I was in Calipat, bro, they used to come to the Islamic service. My boy in there from Front Street Watts, Don Mega, and I used to ask them because they was, they gang members, crips. So I used to say, hey man, what does it require of you? And so I would write on the board, and I would go down the board, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, and I would ask all the group, it'd be 40, 50 dudes up in there. And I would ask them, what does cripping require of you?
Right.
That gets them to think. Show me why you are who you are and why you willing to get your noodle blued off or knock somebody else noodle off, or in this case, have been in prison for knocking somebody else down. Why? What drove you to do that?
Mm.
See, these conversations have happened with these guys in prison already.
Right.
So the guys that's like B Braves and the other brother them guys, man, are sharp. And you have to listen to them dudes because
Right.
they are living the penalty. They're living the penalty. They not on at the burger stand and all of that. They telling you. The big homies lied to you. That's what he said. That's what he said. I'm just communicating with you like, bro, we looking at the same stuff. And I've been saying that's what's real. But you have to repurpose and give them room to understand how to do that. Economics,
What
politics.
what Big Sherm say? He said, "Man, I apologize to you." I said, "For what?" He said, "Cause we taught your little brother wrong."
Mm, that's Big Sherman Blue from the Front Brothers.
Yeah. He said we taught your
Compton.
little brother wrong.
Yeah, that's
Um.
Sherman. Like who? See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not no dude to be able to have a say so if something come down with Sherman.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Right. Right.
Knock it off, man. See,
Knock it off.
I'm not from the internet streets.
Yeah. You from the real.
You know what I'm saying? I don't do that, bro. I stay in my little old piece of bucket lane, man.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not even out of a humbleness, but of knowing, the role, who I am, and what I'm comfortable with. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I see the loved ones or whatever, man, but I'm not one of them dudes, man, that seek that. See, that's the part of the seeking the validation. Nah,
Mhm.
man, but if we got a cause we have to stand for, then I'm telling you, I've met all the conditions to stand for a cause.
Right.
Yeah, man. I've been on the yard with these guys, man. Big homies, little homies, baby homies. You know what I'm saying? And that's the qualification. Are we applying what we're talking about? Are we trying to even create a movement, a mindset, and a communication of our ideology of Black unity?
Right. And
But
and uh not to cut you off, but I feel like, and the reason why I say I don't, and you right, we can't microwave nothing. Uh, it has to have its own process. You know what I'm saying?
bingo. There you go.
Yeah, it has to have its own process. I agree with that.
Right, right. Man, you finna see, but that's what I'm saying. That's that Addis Ababa. Listen, man, y'all ain't never been conquered. You
I
come from
but
a
the reason I said what I said though, the ideology behind that was okay, so the more people, especially the people that you already acknowledge that this is a BS way of life,
mhm.
is doing X, Y, and Z to our people, and it's really knocking our numbers down. Because, like I said, every time we lose a individual that's unalive to this senseless war, um, th- that's another individual that could have served a purpose for the greater good.
Listen,
So
man. You
we,
off into that mount. You like you done reattach yourself to the spirit and soul of Malcolm X. You speak with a definition and an urgency.
right,
Malcolm didn't want it now. Malcolm wanted it right now.
right, like
Remember
yesterday.
what he said? Yeah, he said we planned, and that's what he meant by any means necessary.
Hmm.
He said we plan to bring that into existence.
Hmm.
And then he finished that by saying by any, and he said in this society, in this day, in this age, by any means necessary.
Right.
Listen, man, you got to see. That's what I'm saying. When you attach yourself to that type of root, in the Arabic, it's called asl.
Hmm.
It's the root. When you attach yourself to the root of that struggle, bro, you listen, man. That's another force.
Right.
They don't know. You can't monetize that.
Right.
You can't get views and likes and subscriptions on that. Marcus Garvey said black leadership comes with pain, blood, and death.
Right.
These are the tried and true methods of those who done lived it. You see
You
what I'm
know,
saying?
yeah, yeah. Uh, and at this, we at the same time are trying to, not trying to, we are, because every time I go live and put this information out, and you put some information out, or the next man put some information out, it's reaching somebody. I got 139 people in here right now, most of which don't want to speak. They watching. A lot of them are these same members that fall into this category of y'all realize what's wrong. See, I respect J Hood. I respect Baby B Braze for this.
Hmm. Yeah,
They talk about they squabbles, whatever. That's what y'all mesmerized by.
yeah.
But y'all seem to skip over. J Hood got so many videos talking about this gang life is not what it seems to be. This gang life, forget it. Go to school, this, that, and the third. B Braze has made at least, Baby Braze done made at least 2 videos for sure saying the same thing. But y'all so mesmerized by the squabbles, who got DP'd, who got put up under a bunk, who this, who that. Like, y'all so mesmerized, but y'all not listening to these brothers saying, don't throw your life away. That's
Well,
the
I think
goal.
I think a lot of them do. But again, it's what resonates in them. We,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? They planting the seed. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They're planting the seed by talking from a position of living that penalty. Again, that's a penalty you finna pay, man. Some of them dudes, sometimes, bro, you be in the same cell for years. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You be in the same cell. I was on AR in Calipat 109 for like 3, 4 years.
The same cell.
Same cell. Single man. First, then I went. I was single cell status.
Hmm.
Yeah. Just hey man, listen, bro. I did too much time. I got rid of all my CDs, uh, and bought all women CDs, all female CDs. I didn't want to listen to another nigga in life. ain't gonna hold you.
Hey,
Listen, man.
hey, they be tripping when I say that though, like, cause
What?
I don't even deal with niggas,
Man,
man.
knock it off. Knock it off.
Yeah,
Knock it off, man.
yeah, on
That's how we
everything.
got here in the first place.
Right. Hey, on everything,
Hey, you
bro.
know that song? You know that song by the Enchantments? Something strange. Man, my mama told me something was gonna happen to me, man. Anna Jean told me, she said, boy, you out here in these streets. This is not the Long Beach you left and came back. And I was 86, 85, 87.
Mm,
You're gonna get around some people who ain't, and then something gonna happen, and then look, you end up doing 34 years. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can stand for something or believe you standing for something, and then all that'll get in the fog of war and politics and misleading people, all that get washed out.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. So they benefit by keeping the bullshit going. That's what uh the young homie from Lanes was saying. He from
Yeah,
Lanes, right? Yeah, that's what he was
right.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No, I heard what he said.
yeah, yeah. And you know,
You
and,
say
and
what's the other brother name? Jay Hood?
yeah, Jay Hood.
Okay, so now I think bro was Muslim, right?
I believe he is now. Yeah,
Yeah. Salam alaikum. But the 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 idea of that duality, but it's still progression.
mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Right.
Because let me tell you something. This what happened with Eddie Boy. So they was in the shoe, they was in the hole, they was in ass egg. And for all intents and purposes, bro, sometimes you don't go to the actual shoe, but you do a shoe sentence, a security housing unit sentence in administrative segregation, which is ass egg. But it's still you in the shoe, you ain't got nothing.
Right.
Actually get more when you do go to the shoe, uh, truth be told. But anyway, but when you go out to them yards, it's always like gang affiliated. They know who you are, this, that, and the third. So here comes Sharon right now. So um, when you go to the yard, if the Crips is busting down and they got the machine in motion, who they gonna say is the greatest? They gonna say C. They gonna say C the greatest. Who the greatest? C the greatest. Well, when you become Muslim, you can't be in that line
Right.
because Allahu Akbar. So once they start doing that, Eddie Boy was like, Abdul Aziz was like, no, I ain't working out with y'all. Hey, what's going on? Why you come on, man? We just nah, brother. Ain't nothing greater than Allah. And y'all know it.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's real. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying? So once you do that, it's not like people disrespect you or nothing like that. It's just that's how you living. But you gotta be conscious. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Teasy said it in one of his raps. He said, "You preach God, but you with the homies on the weekend or something like that." Yeah, they see the hypocrisy too.
Right. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you listening to what they saying, this is what it is. So that's why they don't put no stock in it, because nigga, they don't see you living like that. Don't tell me about your success, nigga. Show me, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So if you already have this mindset and you don't see no change, then it's hard to you just learn how to survive within that environment, the ghetto, the hood, the
Right.
created thing that the your white supremacy system culture put you in. That's what happens. That's what Snoop failed to realize. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could think that you a capitalist. You could think you gotta remember, bro, that's stuff that they created.
Right.
You can't be David Copperfield, man. You a nigga.
Right.
And if you ain't never ignorant getting goals accomplished, you up for sale.
Yeah. And we've seen that over and over. It don't matter how many billions, millions, or none of that.
And it don't matter if you on these internet streets.
No, that's real.
You could be connected to the trenches. You could be connected to the trenches. But if
Hmm.
you is implicating people, you stirring the pot, you receiving money over the table, under the table, you got investment in the table, destruction of your own people, and you trying to say, nigga, it was like that before I got here. You okay?
Right.
We
So
understand your position.
let me ask you this, bro.
Mhm.
Um, because we talking a lot about why brothers haven't done X, Y, and Z, or at least I am. Uh,
Yeah.
but what advice or if any could you give someone that is looking to recreate, reinvent, or find some redemption uh for the wrongs that they feel they may have committed? Like, what would that process look like?
Well, you first got to get off into values, principles, ethics,
Hmm.
because the people that you're going to read about and study that's going to have that transformative effect on your life, that's what they stood on.
Right.
So you have to understand that, like the sister Shirley Chisholm, rest in peace, when she said she was unbought, unbent, and unbossed. You understand? As a black woman telling these
Right.
white folks how she getting down. So those is values. Those is principles. What we now call 10 toes. You feel me? So you have to understand what the values are and be willing to stand on those values and not to have those values monetized. See, that's what the Trump Republicans, that's what they got going on. That's what white folks do.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same Hitlerian, Eurocentric. We see they play. We have yet to run our play because we're not attached to the values. We trying to out Trump.
Right.
How many homies you know got 34 felonies?
Right.
And you know everybody.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
he got 34 felonies. Remember, your whole life, you thought that if you committed a felony, you could not be the president of the United States of America.
And he's sitting in office with felonies.
Sending people home, sending people back across the border because he say they committed a felony.
Right, 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 right. That's crazy. The
So you
irony in that is mind boggling.
listen, man. I only got a GED, man, so it don't take much to blow my shit off. Listen, listen, man. Listen, bro. The values.
Hmm.
Be honest with yourself. Survey, like the brother Menace is saying, the
Hmm.
Matrix gangster. Serve. He. That's consciousness. He's. In the Bible, I believe it says, "Where there is no vision, the people shall perish."
Hmm.
Right. So you have to just take those little things and understand what vision means. It just don't mean sight.
Right.
It's imagination, creativity. It's taking into consideration the historical application, what has happened to us,
Hmm.
and come to grips. Are you perpetuating? Are you in that cycle? Are you in that cycle? I had to acknowledge very early on at about 17, 18 that I was in that cycle. So what I tried to do was educate myself to the degree where I would be helping the Crips evolve.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
so the value is like, okay, Let's get away from the set tripping because remember in prison, we not set tripping.
Right. Right.
So if I'm kicking it with a dude from, let's say, the west side of Long Beach or the north side of Long Beach, and we're all in the same car,
Hmm.
you understand what I'm saying? And it's the Long Beach car, uh, then it's like, how come we couldn't do this on the street?
Right.
So
And
the
that's
conversation, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say that ultimately, that's my whole. To me, that's everything in a nutshell, bro. You know what
Right,
I'm
right, right.
saying? Like,
Absolutely.
if we could do this in here, but then as soon as I get out, I see you on the street. I went from saving your life to now my mission is to assist in the unaliving of you. Um, I just to me, everybody talk about being the biggest and the baddest. I ain't gonna lie, that sound like the dumbest shit. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. It sound about like the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. And I
But
don't
watch this.
yeah, go ahead.
But watch this. It's always been about competition.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. You have to remember the founding of these things. Why are they in existence? What happened to bring them into existence?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's what you have to get down to so you can understand what you have, what you're dealing with. But if you're just looking at it from the, the cause and not the effect, that gives the spin of manipulation.
Hmm.
You got to have both cause and effect. That way nobody can accuse you of having an agenda. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
now what you're doing is showing that there's an agenda behind niggas keeping the bullshit going. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's what you're saying.
One Adam 12. One Adam 12.
That's what you're saying. It's an agenda. You. That's what you're saying. I mean,
Right.
when I get from you, that's what you're saying. So
Yeah.
I'm the type like on the yard. I'm gonna tell you, hey man, that's what it is. That's what he said. So getting back to the values and how you work that is repurpose. See, the identity has to be deconstructed and then reconstructed. Meaning, you got to break it down and put it back together. So
Hmm.
the entrepreneurship that they talk about, you have to invest in yourselves. You have to come together and recognize that. Shout out to Pookie, Big Pookie. So it's doing that. That's why I shot you the Kwanzaa stuff
Yeah.
because if you look at it, it's itemized for community, people, for us. That's why it was created. We're not applying the things that can help us, and we're wondering why we're drowning.
Hmm.
What do we come around together as to say, hey, listen, man, this is not an Altadena play. This is not a this gang play. This is not a Dopest TV play. This is a black people upliftment and empowerment play.
Right.
Kwanzaa. They can't accuse you. You didn't write it. The first thing, one of the first principles of Kwanzaa is what? Umoja. Unity, not
Hmm.
uniformity. Not left, right, left. Nigga, get your hand out of my pocket. See, they done made us distrust each other. So that's why we practice disunity. But we love them. You go get Prada, Balenciaga. You can't even make a rap song right now without having none of that stuff. No, I'm good. Thank you. No, no, give me one of those bean cheese burritos. Yep. You can't even anyone. Uh, it's like that, man. You can't even make rap songs without these types of things happening. You see what I'm saying? So that's the they you showing what they do. You're like a walking mannequin for getting your pockets ripped off. They say the black dollar circulate in the black community 6 hours. Like we giving all our money to Dior and Balenciaga.
And like
The
what you
whole
said the other day, 1.8 trillion.
yeah, that's the baby oil gang. All them tied in together. They gonna all be at the freak off.
Hey, Tyrone Jones said we have to make sure that the members we speak towards are handed information to make better informed decisions towards
Listen,
their future.
Absolutely. I used to be on the yard with Dog. That's the homie from Trey 57. I used to be on the yard with Dog. I could hand Dog better information so he can make better decisions. But he's still where he's from. He's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
But he knows, that's what I'm saying. That's a living. He's a prime example of somebody who, listen, he's just a little dusty Pomona nigga for real though. That's what he was. But he
mm,
was about that life. He was about representing that SGV car, that Trey 57. He finna rock and roll with that. Dog, let me talk to you. Listen, man, read this. You try
yeah,
to teach him little things about Swahili and Kwanzaa. You see what I'm saying? You got to give them that. You got to let them, you can't tell them. You got to show them too. You
right.
see what I'm saying? Prime example, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's a prime freaking example. That
And,
dude right there.
and he also a prime example about, like we were saying earlier, when we were talking on the phone earlier about, like, how prison, you know, people held accountable. You can't, things that slide on the street, you ain't in prison. You gonna be held accountable for all. You might be able to slither away from it out here on the outside. You feel me? But in there, everything you do, you gonna be held accountable for.
It's a greater amount of, it's not perfect, but it's
Yeah, yeah,
far,
yeah, yeah.
far more greater accountability in prison
Hmm.
and structure. I can only say what I was on the force for the mass majority of my time, but even on that three I was on, it was like that at Ironwood when I paroled in 2021.
Hmm.
But particularly on the level fours, there's a greater amount of accountability. Like I said in the first time, bro, ain't nobody scared of nobody.
Right. Let me
You know what
make
I'm saying?
T Dog a monitor up in here, man.
Oh man, you
Gave
done
him a
made
break.
him. Man, I'm telling you, man. Listen,
I done gave
oh,
him the blick up in here. Let me stop playing.
Tyrone Jones.
Shout out to T-Dog.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's the
but
loved
like
one.
even how he was saying though, see, and this why I brought up T Dog, man, is because how he was saying like even Snoop gotta be held accountable. Like he gotta come get that DP. It's like,
Oh, he was serious about it because you have to remember, in his mind, he don't want to see the flag hit the ground.
right,
See,
right,
that's them dudes that's in that type of mentality. See, that's that same energy.
yeah,
But look at the different application of that energy.
hmm,
He's not saying he's not Tyrone is not divorced. Dog not divorced from the black community politics
right,
because he know how in our in our community we be wishy washy about certain things.
yeah,
You
but
see what I'm
that,
saying?
but at the same time, that's what that ain't this form of cripping. This ain't what cripping was constructed to be about. And
Listen,
yeah,
but you gotta allow them to the you giving them the opportunity to see if they're able to adapt to that.
right, right. I agree.
You understand what I'm saying? Because listen, it's a brother named George Jackson, right? Rest in peace, Comrade George. He said that without strategy and tactics, brothers would be bodies, unclaimed bodies in the city state morgue. But what he was talking about in Blood in My Eye was when you are a part of that reactionary, senseless, ghetto, cutthroat, nigga on nigga violence, black against black, black against Mexican, Mexican against black, poor white versus poor Mexican.
Hmm.
That's the cycle that the Eurocentric exploitation, that's the crab in the barrel.
Right.
And you see that now today in 2025. You see what I'm saying? Where most ethnic groups didn't want to have a relationship with blacks and voted against them, their own selves. So Dog is not saying, hey man, he's saying, listen, If you saying you throwing up that, you need to understand the effect of you throwing that up.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Now you might be on one mountain and he might be on a molehill,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't disavow that that's David. You know what I mean? You don't want to do yourself like that, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to be humble. You want to acknowledge that, man. I've done something. National Geographic has found this dude.
I had to go find him. You know I was
Yeah,
gonna go find him.
yeah. That's Dopest, aka National Geographic, because he the only one can find this dude right here, man.
You know I was gonna find Eddie, boy.
Man,
Hey,
what's up
what's
with the
going
loved one?
on?
Assalamu alaikum.
What's going on with it, brothers?
No, we just talking about like even me and his relationship, Dopest.
Yeah,
You have to remember, bro, when I met this dude would be considered my older homie if I was from his hood.
right,
So, and this dude was, at that point where he a big dog.
right.
You see what I'm saying? That's EV. That's a big dog. I'm not a big dog.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So in our relationship, that's like an older brother. But he
right,
respected that I had smarts, that I was well read. But he's into going to Hawaii. He got bread. He can do whatever.
right.
I'm dusty broke crippin'. You know what I'm saying? They jumping out of limousines and stuff. Going, you know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about that. So when I'm meeting him, he on the yard trying to buy a house. Why he on the yard? Come on, man. I ain't listen, man.
Yeah, I still have that house too.
Listen. You see what I'm saying? So
Hey,
it's
I
like,
ain't gonna. Hey, when I first
good
started
looking,
rocking
bro.
with Eddie, everybody and their mama was trying to keep me and Eddie from connecting the dots. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Oh, they be in the comments, "Oh, Dopest, stay away from Eddie and do woo." And
Hey man,
brother ain't never
listen,
been nothing but solid and a
listen.
positive asset into my
To
life.
you, exactly.
Yeah,
But listen, even with that, if you ain't none of us perfect, bro.
right,
So
right.
if I spent 100% of my time talking about the 10% of the shit I don't like about you, bro, you consider me a hater.
Let's see what T Dog said. Hold on. I believe you must first forgive the people you believe wronged you, then start next by finding a way to give back. Try to not negatively affect people you come in contact with all the time. See, and this go back. I appreciate that, T Dog, man. You know it's
Right.
love over here, bro. One love at that. Uh, this what I was saying when I posed that question earlier. In terms of like, how do you start that that recreation of yourself, but in a better form? You know what I'm saying? And that's a and a lot of people talk on the internet about Eddie and his situation, but what they talk about it with so much anger, right? What
Who?
they don't realize, I'm
Who
just
talk
talking
about it with who talk about it with so much anger?
the internet, even in the comments. Oh,
I'm
big
saying,
you
but who
this,
the
big you that, big you. I'm gonna put the name out there. Fuck it, big you this, big you that. But Eddie don't have that anger. I'm reading this comment from T Dog, and I believe you first forgive the people you believe wronged you. Let's stop it right there. You understand what I'm saying?
let's
That's
unpack
why
that.
the man. That's why the man is prospering. That's why the man is getting all the blessings that he rightfully deserves, because he don't hold he ain't walking around with extra baggage. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm,
It allows you to become free. You
mm,
know what I'm saying?
for
Because I
sure.
said we worse in the streets. We not worse by our condition about being in prison, but I talked about captivity. At least the people in prison had some type of structure. Out here, we captive, but we captive in our own mind. While we
Right.
have all the freedoms in the world. You dig what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. They have a structure, but it's just not connected to what we. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I used to have this conversation with one of my guys, man, from out the 4H section.
Hmm.
Uh, and when we was at Calipat. And so he used to always debate that with me. See, them guys used to be up in there debating that mentality. These we ain't finna let you just come just cause you know what I'm saying? Like and they in there as Islamic service though. So they wanna be there in this mental engagement because these are grown men with children who own this dusty ass yard in Calipatria, California,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Imperial County.
they be masturbating at the mouth with no type of understanding, no logic, no nothing.
True. But that's the whole thing about just wanting to be heard. See, that's the thing. They want to be heard even though they might be on a retread.
Right.
Because you have to remember it's a difference in being taught what to think versus how to think.
Right.
So if you just been known to have slogans and this and throw your fingers up and da, then that's what
Cliches,
it,
fake ass cliches.
when you get into it. But for me, I have to look at it because I was a part of it.
Right.
You
Right.
see what I'm saying? I have to look at myself to be like, hey, Lisa, this is how you was. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
so now I have to demonstrate that. And that's what Dog's saying about that forgiveness. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? You say, okay, man, I'm not gonna let that shit wear me down. I
Right.
did the same thing, man, with one of my co-defendants. You see what I'm saying? Somebody who had things on them, and I could have been like, hey, listen, man, I'm not even tripping that. I'm Muslim. I'm Shahada Tang.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Hmm.
seeking no validation or no retread on that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the whole thing of not being in that state of forgiveness.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You got to move on. Now, if you're saying,
Cold
well,
out here,
these,
man.
oh, for sure, it's up here, chilly too. I'm up. But if you're just talking about, what Dog is saying and the steps that you take in the Quran, Allah talks about step stages and degrees. When you talk about the Kemetic system, it's step stages and degrees to learn it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to keep us from just roughshod and being the Charleston Whites of just, hey
Right.
man, you niggas are just no, because that's what you get. That's they hoping that we bite on that.
Yeah.
See, them niggas is against us anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Right. 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 Right.
We got to be on that brother, show the love type. And listen, man, I understand what's going on, but right on in this section, bro, you welcome.
Inclusive. We have to
You're
be.
inclusive. You see what I'm saying? And then for you, your thing is to broaden their perspective and show people like Tim Cornegay, that used to be out of the Harlem, who do a hell of a job out there, who, put them in that light of when they have these group meetings and hey man, what's the cover, who was there? Like this is showing that it's happening.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That we want to be consistent with that.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? The dudes that you talk to in the joint.
Hmm.
I hook you up with Tato from Venice Showline. Why he in the county jail right now?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's real life. Tato don't want to hear what these man, what? He don't want to hear none of that what these dudes talking about. He up in
Being
there in the
back.
county
Being
jail
what?
right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to get
He
home.
gonna tell you. He trying to get on. He gonna tell you live from the front line what it is.
Right. I seen somebody in the comments said something about chapters and books, and I
Mhm.
guess that almost sums up like my whole message is understand that the life that y'all knew you were living in error, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, knowing uh you the author of your own book. You write the next chapter. You
Right,
don't let you don't let these other niggas tell y'all what to write.
right.
You
Well,
you know you
it
construct
all
these
depends.
sentences, paragraphs by yourself.
Yeah, but it all depends. See, if you listen to the homie Tiny Menace from A-Tray Gangster see now. He can tell you somebody. So you got to be careful. We have to understand who we attach ourselves to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The negative and the positive. Because he got positive message and he banging that on A-Tray Gangster. That's not lost on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He banging
But,
that. Like,
but
listen.
can I say this though?
Yes, sir.
But ain't that what Crippin was supposed to be?
Listen.
He on his way to the food bank. Ain't that what Crippin was supposed to be?
It depends on, man, because there's some kids that started cripping, man. You understand, man? Them boys, them brothers was kids at that particular time when they started that.
They was kids.
So
But wasn't the meaning behind it?
I
Was
don't know.
support the community wasn't there.
That's above my head.
Right.
That's so far above my little old.
Hey, I can accept that.
But I'll say this. Let me say this. I can speak on this.
Well, they out here tonight, boy.
I can say this. We've heard it. We've talked about it. There were groups in prison who organized around certain ideologies. You know what I'm saying? And they were still Crips. So being organized is always something that, again, conscious people fight for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Self-realization. This is what drive. This is what it is. And so that separates the conscious from the unconscious. Your job is to make the unconscious conscious.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
How they move forward and what they do with that consciousness is not your responsibility.
Right.
You understand? We raise it. We want the information to guide them to a greater unity. We want them to be communal. So that's how we present the information. Mm-hmm. But if he's been infected with that Eurocentric capitalistic Christian clan mentality, he gonna be Clarence Thomas.
Right.
Or he might go up in there and play a few songs with Donald Trump.
Right.
You don't know.
Nah, that's real.
You gotta know. We listen, man. People do things. That's what it is, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what all the history.
What about Donald Trump?
What I'm saying is, if you voted for what he finna do, then I don't understand your complaint.
Right.
If you said that Donald Trump was a racist, and then you go anywhere where he at when you done made videos about shooting him in the head, and what Coon and Jigaboo's gonna go perform for him, and then from 2017 to 2024, 25, you done had this transformation. You can't say that people can't ask you about that. You can say, man, you can't do nothing about it. Okay, but that's the whole thing, and ain't no consequence to betraying black people.
How you could feel any kind of way about us asking you about how you contradicted your prior statement? That's crazy.
Come in humble, brother, and realize that you made a grave mistake.
Yeah, and
that's
just come
all.
out and say I feel differently now.
Yeah.
Like,
and then they be saying like they love to tear black people down. First of all, bro, y'all, us don't be moving like black people. You be moving like a nigga.
Right.
And niggas is selfish.
Right, even on this internet, they still moving like that, bro. You know,
niggas was created on the plantation.
Right, they still. Hey, you know what? These brothers still.
The plantation owner was Dr. Frankenstein, and the creation that he created was a nigga.
What you say, Eddie?
They house Negroes on this internet, bro. They all chicken Georgia.
Yeah.
They still trying to bring our people down. Like instead of the brothers coming together, they still bickering and arguing, trying to start fake fights and all that old weird shit.
Right.
Yeah.
If I may, our people stepped off slave ships from the South. Many of our people were scattered throughout America. Many out west. With that said, we are cuz by blood.
Right. I feel that. Cuz by blood. That's dope.
Yeah. Hey,
See
send me
me.
that subscription, Rise Radio. I
I'm not
appreciate
with
it.
all that. The genealogy and the Hebrew. Like I asked the Hebrew brothers up here one day, right?
Mm,
You know me, man. I done read a book or two, so I be trying to see if it's real. So I said, we in San Francisco, so they talking about passing a reparations bill. So I
right.
seen the brothers right here on Market and whatnot, and I said, hey man, they talking about passing out reparations, man, and black folks who got off the slave ships. Let me ask y'all something. If they do, are y'all gonna go get that $5 million?
Mm,
Now y'all Hebrews now, but I
Sean.
can't see it. I can't see the Hebrews and the Nigerians and everybody else in the line, bro. Because all y'all said y'all wasn't here and all that. So for me, that's what it comes down to. You want to monetize and capitalize on what you can. That's what niggas do. And
Right.
white folks count on niggas to be niggas. They'll
Hey,
tell you in your face you a nigga.
hey, but look, real spill. I said it. I'm gonna say it again. Everybody can't go. I witness it on this YouTube on a regular basis where people saying they in it for this. But they already ready to. They ain't even got famous yet. I couldn't imagine you threw $1 million or a couple $1 million in a nigga lap, and he ready to go do something to his own. I
Right.
see it because
But listen,
y'all not even look. Diddy and them, they sold out for record labels to get hundreds of millions and maybe a billion, right? Y'all niggas is willing to sell out for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
man. Listen. Jesus knew that Judas was a betrayer, but he never addressed it.
Mm, mm, yeah,
He knew that Judas was going to betray him, but he never spoke to him. He never brought it up, man. Come on, man. You got to look at the tactic, the strategy in that.
right, right.
That's generalship. That's field craft at its best. I know you finna put me in the cross. I ain't even gonna say nothing to you, fuck nigga.
Hmm. Nah, that's real. Hey, you know what I say when some people say, "Oh, this person like that," and this, I said, "At least I know they consistently. They consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? I know
Listen,
what to
man.
expect. I know what to expect, so I'm
Hey,
prepared
listen,
for
man.
it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
knew that. Listen, I was in the pen when Donald Trump won the first time, and I told my neighbors, my homie J Lo and the homie Bo Peep from Playboy Games, I said, man, Trump finna win. Man, you crazy. I said, man, listen, man. Y'all underestimate the white right.
Mm-hmm.
Them white ain't nothing been right since niggas stopped working for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
When
real
niggas,
shit.
Paul Mooney said, you white folks love niggas all in your house when you was working for free. Cook the dumplings, Mabel. Yeah, they love that shit, ain't your mama, if you up in there for free. But the
Right.
minute you want more, you want your share, these niggas gotta go. They not citizens.
Mm-hmm.
You yeah, it's the play of the play.
Right. You
They
know.
revert back to that. We just gotta understand now how this play has been implemented to keep the dudes at the ground level from being united to address the issues that keep them disunited.
Mm-hmm. No, that. Yeah. No, that's
You gotta
real.
ask the boy across the table, hey man, when you be doing this, what what you get out of this? Like, why are you so interested in this kind of culture?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What drew you to this? Like you
Mm,
asked about DJ Academics. Fuck
mm,
nigga number one. You
right.
see what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Weird, nerd,
1 out of 12.
going Hope he go to jail and there's 10 extras in there on him. Sucker. Yeah.
Oh, miss it.
What
Get
the
it
boy called
cracking
him a
off with a
booty
bang.
goon? How do you ask a kid, would you come man, knock it off?
Yeah,
But anyway, this is what they do, bro. They employ these kind of people because they're safe.
yeah,
Same thing how they did with Colin Powell. Colin Powell, the general said he was a non-threatening Negro. That's the only way they want you.
mm-hmm.
How Terry Crews gonna get don't get mad at the boy who grabbed his unit, but you want to whoop on DL Hughley for talking about it.
Right. Talking about you
That
stood there. What he say in shock? I
and
was.
then say his and then say his wife told him don't do that because he ain't gonna never be able to work again. He letting you know that's why. Is that why he working?
He working. He definitely he getting like I said, he on the
Come
game
on, man. You better
show.
listen, man.
He
You
could get a
you have
job.
some
He
tight
couldn't
ass
play
pants
nothing but a
on.
gang member. He wasn't able
Yeah.
to play nothing but a gang member
Uh,
before that.
and what kind of gang member he was before that?
A
What he do
booty,
with Money Mike?
a booty go.
I am a boy. They telling you how they want you up in there, man.
That's that. That's getting a big buck
Hey,
and
listen,
and make.
you. I saw this thing on Lil Boosie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said that if you a real nigga, man, you a threat. Don't nobody like you, man. Like you outdated, man.
Mm-hmm. That's
That's
real.
what I'm telling you. It's up.
Mhm.
Listen, and that's just to tell the truth of yourself, how you live, and everybody else, and not try to monetize it or make it seem like you the ultimate nigga from everywhere.
Right.
Like you got those kind of guys who face those kind of things.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But everybody is not like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Well,
saying? Everybody ain't finna run 10 phase. Like I be saying to dudes on the internet on the East Coast, and I be getting I be saying, hey man, just go to the county jail. Go catch a case. What you talking about?
you'll figure it out.
Don't listen. Don't do none of that, bro. If you think he acting weird, he acting funny, whatever language people use from their sections across this United States ghetto. If that's the case, bro, go catch a case and go up in there
Right.
and tell them you don't believe that the LA County Jail ain't got shit on Rikers Island
Mm-hmm.
and see how many fades you catch. What are you talking about? Boy, this thing is exported. It's Crips
Hey,
and Bloods in them dude sections. What are they talking about?
hey, real quick before I wrap it up, this was funny as hell last night, man. With B Braze, Baby Braze, live.
Uh-huh.
Somebody asked him, uh, man, what if you went up into the county and somebody asked you where you was from and you said Angel Lanes, Snoopy badass. He said, he said, "Oh, nigga, they gonna fuck you over. I ain't even gonna lie."
Listen, man, that place is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. He said they gonna fuck you over. I ain't gonna hold you. Hey,
It's
but
the,
D, I'm gonna get out of here, man. We gonna continue this, man.
all
I
right,
feel like
bro. Good looking, man.
I feel like we making headway. I gotta get some of the other brothers on here. Tell B, I'm gonna text B Loc myself. Tell him my book should be here in a day or so I'll be able to get my reading on with that. But
Yep,
man, you know it's love, bro. I love y'all brothers
yep.
up there, man.
I got tone right there.
Look at toe.
Yep, and then I got front brother right there.
I see. I see you
You know what
got
I'm
the
saying?
squad with you. Yeah, yeah.
So, and then they got Ice running around here. And that's my dog. You see her, Brian.
Brand, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, we outside, man. It's
Y'all outside with it.
yeah,
But
it's
now I
raining and
appreciate
everything. But
you, man. But I'm gonna stay vigilant as far as this go. Y'all know King Dopest, Dopest TV and my One Love family. We not
one love
switching
family.
up for no views. We not gonna switch up for no clicks. We pushing peace, prosperity, and positivity over here. And I want that for all of y'all because y'all success is my success and it benefits my children and grandchildren. See, y'all failing in life and in the world, it doesn't just have an effect on you. It has an effect on the communities that you reside in, that you raise your kids in, which in turn has an effect on my children and so forth and so on. So to think that, oh, I'm just speaking for myself, I'm always speaking for us first.
Mm,
Um, because that's what somebody got to sacrifice something. You know what I mean? Ain't
right,
nobody willing to sacrifice to progress. You understand what I'm
right.
saying? So
And let
that's
me
what
say
we
this.
on. Yeah,
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna cut out. Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "Want for your brother what you want for yourself. If you want peace, safety, security, prosperity for yourself, then you want it for your brothers and your sisters."
facts. That's facts.
Facts.
All right, brother. We all know the
Oh,
slogan
bro.
is one love and no love. If nobody told you they love you, you have value, importance, and worth, and that you mean something. King Dopest said it, and I stand on that. And I'm gone.